Welcome to Critical Solutions, the show where two unqualified guys try to solve the world's problems. My name is Mason Volpe.
And I am Josh Martin. How's it going, Mason? I know we're a little early today. It's kind of weird meeting for lunch instead of dinner.
I know. Yeah, it definitely feels off having like daylight while we're doing this. But
birds are chirping. This is weird.
I know, it's crazy, but it actually worked out for me pretty well. Yeah, I had a showing at my house today. They're showing it to prospective tenants for next year.
Oh, yeah, management company coming through.
Yeah, that was supposed to happen at noon. So, us being here.
Wait, supposed?
Oh, yeah. No, it didn't actually happen. It's become quite a trend with my rental company.
Okay.
They'll schedule showings and then reschedule or cancel those showings. I think we've had.
Oh yeah, because your time's just invaluable.
Oh right, they can just let me know whenever they're coming by, and then just cancel it the last minute because
that's so shitty.
So I think we've had maybe like 6 or 7 different showings scheduled. All of them have either been rescheduled or canceled.
Oh my gosh,
not a single one. I will say,
I'm sure it's a lot of prep to get ready for this. I would imagine
it is because we have a cat in the house. My roommate Chad has a cat, and the cat's name is Brad.
Shout out Brad.
And we're not supposed to have a cat. So every time they come, we have to, hide the cat, hide the litter box, hide all this stuff. And we light candles and, stuff to make it so they don't get mad at us for breaking the lease.
Are you allowed to have pets there, and you just said you didn't, so you didn't have to pay the fee, or is it they just allow no pets?
So in the lease, I believe it says that no pets allowed, and if they find a pet, then they'll charge us a fee, but it's like a stupid expensive fee.
Of course.
So I don't know. My roommate just got a cat, and we were like, yeah, we can hide it from the management company. It's whatever. It's not a big deal. They come around like once a month, right? Yeah. Like it is what it is, if
cat,
that. And they were doing a bunch of inspections around the house too recently, because that's the other thing, is they're doing all these showings, right? And they're scheduling and they're rescheduling. The whole time they've been telling us for the past few weeks that they're tearing the house down after this year.
Oh, okay. That's an abrupt change.
Yeah, can you believe that?
Well, it would go in line with your garage just disappearing, like when you said you woke up and you're...
Yeah, for the podcast listener, there's construction happening around my house. Right next to it, actually, they're building a giant sorority house, I think. It's massive right now, but recently they just dug a massive hole right next to our garage, and they knocked on the door at 8 o'clock at night and said, you got to move your car out of the garage. We're like, what are you talking about? They're like, yeah, we dug this giant hole, and it actually, it's the garage is at risk of collapsing.
Nice.
And so, yeah, that's always what you want to hear is okay, well, fucking, why are these construction workers just tearing down my garage? Does management know about this? What?
Because you weren't notified of anything, right?
No.
That's what you told me.
They literally knocked on the door at 8 o'clock and said, move your car or it might be under the ground.
Oh my God.
So,
you don't need a car, so.
Yeah, and then, so I don't think our garage never collapsed, but 2 days later I look out the window and they were just tearing it down. It was just rubble.
No garage.
It was just rubble. It was terrible. And parking's already hard enough.
Oh yeah.
On campus, man. It's just, I don't know, man. Why me, right? Why do this?
You told me that and it was hilarious. And then I came over. I think I came over 2 days later or whenever it was. I don't remember when I came back to your place. And I went through the back specifically because I wanted to see this. And yeah, it's just a big ass. Well, it's half a concrete slab left.
Yeah.
And no fucking garage.
Yeah. And what's bullshit now is I don't know what I expected, but the construction workers have been parking on that slab. And so what used to be my garage where I could park my car is now their concrete slab where they can park their trucks. It's bullshit.
I feel like there's no way. Because
that's
the
what I'm
landlord
saying.
owns the land. You know what I'm saying? There's got to be literally and metaphorically lines drawn.
Well, and the thing is, it's okay, if they're actually tearing down the house, it's whatever, I would have preferred that they tear down the garage after we moved out, but it is what it is. But then they're still doing all these showings.
Yeah. On top, which is so. When was the last time they said it was getting close?
About a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago.
What the fuck? Okay, so it's been recently. It wasn't months ago they said this, and now
no, it was very recent, and they've been to the house twice since then.
What in the world? So I wonder if they're just like, yeah, well, you can like get it for 6 months. Then we're forcibly kicking you out no matter what.
Yeah. So I don't.
That's weird.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe that's why they keep getting rescheduled. Or
maybe they're telling you it's getting torn down because they want you guys specifically to move.
Well, I'm saying if they're tearing the house down after this year, we're gonna do some damage on it before that gets done. Right. I can tell you that.
Then there's no cleaning fee. You destroyed it all anyway.
I was about to say. So if they want to go ahead and tell us that they're tearing the house down when they're not, they're gonna get a They're gonna get a shitty house when we move out of it.
Did you have a cleaning fee when you moved in? Did they do that?
I did not have a cleaning fee, and I'm really lucky that I didn't because though they did say they were gonna clean the house, they did not.
Dude, okay. I can't say they. I feel like a lot of places like this don't actually do that when they say they do. Even like places I moved that weren't, I'm not rich, I can't say high end, but like not slums.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Nicer little apartments.
Yeah. Nope. Nothing. Didn't like I remember my first apartment when I moved up here for school. There was the other previous tenant's hair everywhere. Like I'm saying fucking everywhere, dude. Countertops. Anytime you took a step in the carpet, like it went between your toes. It's like, man, dude,
gross.
There's grease everywhere. So we think they did a lot of used the wok to cook because of that grease type shit, dude. It was fucking everywhere. The furnace filter was non-existent. It was literally just so
not there.
Well, they buy the shitty fiberglass ones anyway that are like 30 cents a pop, and it was just a frame. That's how old it was. It disintegrated.
Wow.
So I'm like, you guys don't swap your filters out. There's a lot of things I should have, hindsight, I should have like not moved there seeing a lot of this stuff because it just went south from there.
Well, but you expect them to fix these problems before you get there.
Dude, yeah. And then you have that check-in sheet you have where you mark like what's wrong and then you have to return it within 48 hours and they like sign off on it or whatever. Right. And we brought it back and her eyes got massive. Because I lived there with my ex-girlfriend at the time, so I'm pretty sure she probably wasn't, because it's mostly college students, so she didn't expect them to fill any of that out. And I was like, there's dead bugs in the kitchen light, like the big light up there. It was filled with bugs. I have pictures of all this, by the way. Because, you document everything, so then if they try to say, no, that didn't happen, I was like, have proof.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't there after we cleaned.
Dude, yeah, there's dead bugs everywhere. It was awful. So, yeah, and we had to pay a fucking cleaning fee to move in, which
That's ridiculous,
an absolute
dude.
Scam.
That is such a scam. There is no reason that anywhere that you're moving into for the first time shouldn't be spotless when you get there.
Right. And this is the easiest segment I think we've ever had to solve. How do we fix this problem? Just
fucking clean.
Just clean.
Why do you even need us? Just clean.
Yep.
We shouldn't be here talking about this.
And then to skip a little further ahead that can come back and help with the beginning of this, when I left there, which I got on my lease early because I had a bug. They had a bug problem. Wasn't me. Had exterminators even prove it wasn't me, obviously. I keep a clean place normally. For the record, I don't want people to think I'm nasty. When I checked out, and this was after having all these issues, she has a checklist she goes through on her phone or whatever she uses, like her iPad. And it was like, was this clean? Yes. Didn't even look at, she marked all this bedroom stuff, didn't even go in the bedroom. I could have left.
What?
Yeah, and I was like, this is why when I moved in, it was a fucking pigsty in here. Yeah. It was absolutely terrible. So to go back to add to the solution, maybe have workers who give a fuck and will actually look and then check the box. I'm not saying they need to sell their soul for the company. Nobody needs to do that, but actually just use your eyes.
Just hey, do your job.
Because they marked this wasn't clean, this wasn't clean. Then maybe what happened was they marked everything was clean. So then the cleaners looked and saw that, didn't go into there because they didn't need to clean at all. So either way, it's just bad from the top down management.
It really is. And I don't know. I feel like...
I think giving a damn would solve these problems.
Giving a damn really would. And I feel like how do you not get constant complaints from your tenants about moving into filthy apartments? You know what I mean? How is this not a big enough problem to them where they haven't already solved it?
I think the problem we're seeing around here, especially there, and I will gladly throw them under the bus. This is the management company was W.H. Long.
Okay.
So fuck them. Don't say by them.
That's about the third company we've thrown under the bus in episode 4, I think.
Don't even give a shit. We're all about complaining. We're giving you solutions to make your company better, W.H. Long.
Yeah, that's true. Don't hate us. Use our advice.
Idiots. And they use the same management company for all their properties. So I called the office to try to hopefully get a person higher up to because the office on site was terrible. Right. And I literally got the woman that fucking signed my lease. She's like, yeah, I work at the office too sometimes. I was like, Jesus
like,
Christ.
I
She was
am the
nice,
police.
but I was just like, they're like, your boss. She's like, well, my manager's this, but her boss is so and so. I was like, all right, let me talk to her.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Let me talk to her boss, and then her boss, and then that person's boss.
And I don't do this all the time. They look like ladybugs, but they're like a type of beetle. So I guess they're still called ladybugs. And it sounds weird, but I was going through, not fucking exaggerating. And it sounds funny because it's ladybugs. Everybody thinks this is hysterical for some reason. But like hundreds a week. Literally a fucking week. I'm not kidding. And it would not
just
stop.
In your
everywhere.
apartment?
Mainly in the living room. They'd get in the bedroom, or the bathroom really bad. And they'd just be all over like the kid. Dude, fucking everywhere.
Keeping a window open, or they're just crawling in through the cracks in the walls?
They found it. They were coming through the fucking, long story short, after like I've had multiple checks, all stuff, and that was I could make a whole episode just complaining about this incident. Exterminators check, they're getting through the vents. And he, to quote him, said, I can't spray these because you live here, so you'd have to breathe this in. So like I can't fully do this while somebody lives here.
Right.
So they can't solve that while I'm there. So now I had leverage, and I was like, okay, so he can't fix this until I'm out of here. So either you let me out of my lease early, and I'll just call it a loss, whatever. Don't want to deal with it. Yeah. It's like, or you have to put me up in a hotel for like a week, pay for me to move all this shit, pay for my meals, all that crap, or you can just let me out of my lease early since you're kind of fucking up the agreement. So I got them to let me out of the lease early, but no, they're coming through the fucking vents. It was awful. Dude, I've never had anything like that happen before in my life. And it's enough to where, like, it makes you go frantic. Like, I come home and say, I'm like, oh my God. And you like, kind of like lose your mind for a minute. It's like, I can't deal with this. Like, why am I paying this amount a month
to live outside, basically?
Dude,
like,
it was so bad. It wasn't insulated well. So going back to the point you said, why nobody complains about it. There are, like, their Google reviews suck. I think they're under 3 stars. That's fucking terrible.
That is terrible, man.
Because they just know it's college kids and like, oh, they don't like us, so they're here short term regardless because they're gonna move. Yeah, you know what I mean. And then a lot of them are like, we had a lot of international students. They probably don't even know you can bitch about that, or like don't give a shit, or it's just mainly that age group where they don't care because it's their first time not living at home type stuff. Yeah, it was not my first time, and I'm just an adult. Treat me as one. Don't give me some shithole place because you think my parents are paying for it. Like, I'm working hard to pay my fucking rent to live in this shithole. Right. Basically, is why I was really mad about it. But yeah, to solve all of WH Long's problems is redo your fucking management. Get people who actually care and like try to do things and pay attention. They don't pay attention to anything. I filled out. I keep rambling on this. I'm sorry, but I can't get over some of this shit. There's a maintenance ticket I put in, and I timed it. I fucking timed it. It was over 3 weeks later before they even contacted me about it. Didn't solve it. Just contacted me. So the reason I didn't contact them sooner, the problem stopped. It was like an electrical thing. This outlet. Okay. There's something wrong with electrical. I found out it goes in and out, and I thought it was fixed. And they also, when they would fix shit, would not let me know they came and fixed anything. So they would just show up, and I didn't know they were there. So I ended up getting a camera. That's how I knew.
They've done that to us, too.
Stupid. So I just assumed they came in, didn't tell me, and fixed it. But then they popped back up or something. But then they would do this cool, like, text thing. They try to be hip and, like, would text you instead of fucking, like, just email you. Right. She's like, oh, yeah, about your ticket. I said, I literally put that in 3 weeks ago. That's all I responded with. Oh, sorry, there's a mix-up. And this is, like, the 5th ticket that's super delayed, or they just don't even contact me about it. So I'm like, Stop making excuses. You just fucking suck at your job. Yeah. Shit like that. So for me, that's definitely starts top-down management. And like, if you logged into your company's site on Google and you see all these negative reviews, would you like, I would not just not think about that. I'd be like, all right, why is this a problem? Like,
yeah, why do we have less than 3 stars?
And like I can see something like, it sucked here, but I was like, I maxed out the character count. I found out. I know that was a thing on there. And like put pictures, so like there's proof of everything. And hopefully so they can see that too and try to be better about it. And hopefully for future potential tenants, they see that and they're like, yeah, fuck that.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. Because the thing is, I haven't met a management company that's been any better at it. You know, like even when I lived...
To be fair, wherever... Okay, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, even when I lived in the dorms, which, like, you know, dorms, you don't expect... You really do, than the dorm... Like, I mean, not really, but...
Oh, no, dude. No, think about when they did the fucking shit with the overcapacitated and they put, like, 12 people in the little bunker things and you had, like, cubicles.
Yeah, that is a Purdue-specific thing, unfortunately. That's bullshit. Yeah, when they had overcrowding here, that was bad.
And you pay the same amount as somebody who has a normal room.
I don't think so.
Oh, what? They did this? You shouldn't have to pay anything for that.
I think that they got their room and board waived for at least however long they were living in that situation.
Okay, good. See, that's smart.
Yeah, because you can't put kids like in a literal bunker.
That's what they looked like too.
It was, and like it was all over social media. It was embarrassing.
Yeah, national social. Yeah, it was not fun.
Yeah, it was terrible. So, but yeah, one day we came back and my friend lived in the same exact room sophomore year that he did freshman year.
Oh, yeah.
And when he came back to the room, we were moving him in, and all of like the dirt stains that we made were like still there. We could see them. Yeah,
yes!
like I was like, oh yeah, that's the beer I spilled like literally right before moving out that they just didn't clean. Like, and
they
it's
probably
like
charge a cleaning fee.
I don't know if the dorms do or not, but either way, like, yeah, maybe we could have like cleaned it up because we made the mess, but I don't think that's what it's about. Like.
Right. It's all about if I feel like you're getting charged for it, if it's in the agreement, things like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm with you. But just to clarify, so all the places you've lived away from home have been like college town areas?
Yeah, I lived in the dorms, and then I lived in an apartment, and now I'm in a house.
See, I think we just get fucked because we're in college town. So they just expect
it must be.
This crap.
I'd be interested to hear from the podcast listener if they have similar problems in other places.
I'm sure. I would think. Specifically for Indiana, though, I think it is way worse in this area for that reason. Like, with the amount of rent they charge and the quality that they upkeep. Like, the apartments that you get up here, you could probably get for, like, $300 less a month in Indy. Because you're not college town. So it's just, like, they can't take advantage of it. Because, like, what are you going to do if you're going to school here? You literally have to fucking live here.
Yeah.
Like, if you're moved, like, especially you moved out of state, you can't commute. You're not going to, you know what I mean? So they kind of... Your back is against the wall.
Yeah, they kind of got you cornered.
So I don't know, man. Like, solving all this is not good. I know this is a long-winded bitch for me. But I really just, like, think management being more in touch. It's the levels of management. I think the higher-ups being in touch with middle management better.
Okay.
And middle management kind of, like, actually knowing what's going on with the residents instead of just knowing what their employees are telling them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. There needs to be some kind of like accountability there.
It's kind of like when Steve Jobs was still at Apple, he would make the executives take not a lot, obviously they don't have a ton of time, but he would make them take customer service calls. Like he himself. There's stories about that. Somebody calls in to need help with Apple and they get fucking Steve Jobs.
That would be fucking legendary.
But it keeps them in tune with their people and their customers. And so like I think that would just be, I don't know. What if we did like, they have like town halls. If there's like a mini town hall for your apartment complex and you like voice concerns and then like, because then you're actively engaged with the community and trying to improve it.
Yeah.
There's no way that'd be negative.
It wouldn't be negative, but it's the kind of thing where like they can have that. But do you think that a lot of management companies as they are now would give a shit?
Nope. And they're underpaid.
Exactly. So.
Yeah, I agree.
We need to make the employees give a shit. They're getting plenty of complaints, I feel.
And what would make you give more of a shit in any job you're in?
Give me a pay raise.
More money. Always.
Give them more money. Although,
I know, man. I
don't know. Are we really... Is the solution to the people we're bitching about to pay them more?
The solution is to get it so tenants aren't fucked. That's where our goal is, which I think it needs to start with management. But maybe there could be like a... I've always wanted something like this. You know how you like review, like we were talking about, where you review the apartment complex. What if this could totally go south, but there's like a centralized database where individual customers have ratings. They get rated by businesses.
Interesting.
That would be cool as shit because like I work customer service stuff and I would love when somebody's being a straight asshole or like say like something sexist or racist or like they said this. So then somebody can see it on their profile and be like, oh yeah, fuck you. But there's so many like legal things that would not work with.
Yeah, there would be so many companies like turning away customers and doing all this. Think about that
idea, dude. That would be so great.
But imagine like, I see a huge problem with that.
Bad reviews.
That aren't like
legit.
Companies giving too many bad reviews. Like, if I'm a customer and I have a complaint and I disagree with the manager on something, obviously that manager disagrees with me, and as stupid as I think it is, or however much screwed over I'm getting by this person, they can still have the opinion of, I was a bad customer, rate me bad, and then because of the problem that I had, I can't go to other places because I'm rated bad.
Oh my god. Have you seen Black Mirror on Netflix?
Yeah.
Have you seen the episode with Bryce Dallas Howard? And they have like social capital.
Yeah, where they all like rate each other.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my god, that's like that. I didn't even think of that.
And that one girl like commits her whole life to...
She just wants to get a high rating because like if you're over, it's like out of 5 stars. And then if you're over 4 stars or something, you're basically like a 1%er. It's kind of, or no, it was like over 4.5. So it's like rich people basically.
Right.
And if you hit that point, you can network better. So
yeah,
it's all
like people
social
just
capital.
like give you stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. And so have you ever seen the show Community?
No, I know exactly what you're talking about, but no.
Great fucking show.
Heard good
up
stuff.
until the last few seasons. Anyone who's watched it will know what I'm talking about.
Oof.
It was one of the most tragic like drop-offs in a show I've ever seen.
Really?
To where like it was one of my favorite shows at the time when I was watching through it in the beginning. And then by the end I was forcing myself to get through episodes.
Oh yeah.
It's tough. And it's one of those things where it's like it's a comedy. So like when a comedy falls off, like
it's rough.
It's rough. Like there's not really any bringing it back.
100%.
But anyway, they did a really funny episode that was a parody of that Black Mirror episode where it was it was a social media app and they just rated each other on the app and then like all the 5-star people were like wearing white and like making all the rules for like the 1-stars who were wearing like rags and being the janitors and everything. It's just
so with that, I always like in that episode I thought, what if just all the fucking 1-stars, which is like this is real life, like unionized. So they like, got together and like we're gonna rate all you 5-stars 1 fucking star and bring you down to our level. And then they all rate each other 5 stars so it levels the playing field. Boom.
The thing is, I believe in both of the episodes we're talking about, when you're a 1-star, your vote counts for less.
Man, goddamn, that makes total sense. Like I don't agree with that, but it makes sense because that's exactly how it is now. Like rich get richer.
Yeah, 100%.
That theory. Holy
so like
cow,
if you're a 1-star and you get voted by a 5-star, you get voted 5 stars by a 5-star, you get bumped right the fuck up.
Shit, because think about it, that'd be like it's
like influencers.
It's like clout, but a way to actually assign a number to it.
Yeah.
So it'd be like if Drake likes somebody's tweet, that's worth more than if I like their tweet.
Oh, 100% it is.
That is a wild concept, man.
Like if Drake retweets you, that tweet's going viral. If I retweet you, no one's gonna give a single shit.
I give a shit, Mason.
No one cares.
And we know you guys do too, right? Hopefully listening.
Hopefully.
Oh, real quick, side note. We are getting established. We finally have email and we have some contact stuff. We'll tell you about it a little later, but exciting news. We're moving on and up.
Moving on and up. We are excited to hear from you guys.
Yeah. But I know we kind of digressed a little bit there, but solving that really wasn't a problem. We just kind of created a problem, but I just still think it'd be a cool idea to rate. I don't know, dude. Like,
I just feel like no good comes from that, right? Especially ratings that affect like how you like operate. You know what I mean?
Because what if like somebody sucks at self-reflection, which totally is a thing.
100%.
And then you get like a bunch of shitty reviews. Most of the time, they're still going to think everyone else is wrong. But like, hopefully at some point it clicks like, damn, I have like 30 bad reviews. Maybe it's me.
Maybe it's me, right?
You know what I mean? So maybe it could encourage some bettering oneself, you know?
Yeah. At the same time, you know, I feel like there'd be a lot of, the people, the people that play the victim all the time, they'd be, I'm only a 1-star because this stupid real estate agent voted me down because I cussed her out and that wasn't even that bad, stupid people. So I don't know. I think the problem is it's all subjective, right?
Oh yeah.
Like people 100%. Are going to have differing opinions. So like,
and it'll get skewed. Somebody will try to pay for reviews.
Oh, it would be corrupt. 100%.
But everything is, I feel like.
What isn't? What isn't?
To some way, to some extent. I don't know, man. It's just annoying. But like, just because I guess the reason where I'm coming from some of that, my mom has managed apartment complexes for like, I don't even know, 30 years. I don't fucking know. A really long time. So I've heard of a lot of the inside stuff from it, like, and the stupid shit residents will do that I've heard from that she's telling me. So I think that's where I'm getting some of those ideas, because some of that crap, I would be like, oh my God, maybe not a rating, but you can leave comments.
I like comments.
So there's no rating,
people
but
can
people
judge
can
on
see
their own.
Shit.
Yeah.
So it's like a review with
But then we're just talking about Yelp.
Whoa, Yelp's a horrible place. But they will literally extort companies. You should read about it.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Like, so you don't have a choice. Like, if our company's on there, you don't have a choice to be on there. They can put you on there and you're just on there. And they can, if you get bad ratings, they'll like write you and be like, you can pay us to get these removed.
What?
Mm-hmm. Look it up. It's crazy.
I see, because I can even like, the forcing us to be on Yelp doesn't even really bother me, because it's just like an online review site. It's like, as a consumer, it's nice to have all the businesses that I would ever want to look at there, you know?
Google does it so much better, though.
But to extort them and say, pay us, and then we'll take away your bad reviews that we put you in that situation in the first place.
Even if they're bullshit ones, they still make you try to pay to remove it.
Yeah.
It's
so
dumb.
And then that creates a whole other problem on the other side, is the companies that have the money to pay you to take away the bad reviews. Then that's just straight up false advertisement.
Yep. 100%. I don't know, man. It's kind of like, but just review. Now we're on this like review thing, but it's a good way to look at it. Like looking at apartments, like apartments.com.
Yeah.
They have like their own review system, but it's like, how vetted is this? You know what I mean? Like, does somebody actually go through this? Is it just like, do they pay for them? Because I love when you get on a website and it's like for a product, some company, and then they have their own reviews. Here's customer reviews. Like, and they're all like glamorous.
This
like,
one of a kind, blah, 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 blah.
This changed my life.
It was a fantastic addition to my blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. I bought it for my family and friends, and they all clapped when they opened it.
Yeah.
Like, something ridiculous. Like, come on, dude.
My life has changed since buying this product.
I know. I do like apartments.com, though, because you can see, like, some of the more bad reviews. Google's really good, I think, because they just are, like, a centralized place to find it. Like, not central. I guess just, like, it's easier to get there, because so many people have done it that you don't have to go to these specific sites.
Yeah.
But then, I don't know, man. Ratings are an interesting place. There's a lot of problems it creates. It solves a lot of other ones, though, too.
Yeah, it definitely does. It definitely does. I think it'd be hard to do in terms of like a rental aspect. I remember when I moved into my apartment junior year of college, when I got there, before I got there, I was, texting this guy, and we were supposed to meet at 12:30 at the apartment. He was going to give me my key, walk me through all the shit, leave. Yeah. He texted me at like 12:05, 12:06, and he goes, "Where are you?" with 3 question marks. First of all, what the fuck?
Yeah, why would you start a conversation like that?
Yeah, why? Like, this is a business transaction. Like, come on now. And I was like, I'm on the way. I'll be there at a little before 12:30, like we said. Yeah. I'll actually be early. And he's like, "What? You were supposed to be here at noon." No, I wasn't. No, I was not. I looked on the email and I took a screenshot. It said 12:30 to 1. I sent it to him. I was like, "No, I'm not. Sorry, 12:30. Sorry, you came early." Yeah. And he got all in this like big hissy fit, basically. Where not like, obviously I'm exaggerating, but
no, that's still ridiculous.
But
though.
Where he was like, "Oh, like, God, like my management, like I was told something different, like blah," and then he was like all pissy when we got there. And was like, "Hey," and like
he's
just
mad
like
at them.
Like not making eye contact with me or anything, like all this stuff. And it was actually crazy because like my parents were like actually mad about it. I was like, whatever, it's just another asshole. But
yeah, it's not a way to conduct yourself when you're trying to sell. You haven't sold it yet. You're hoping they buy this apartment. Not buy it.
No, that was when I was getting the keys. I had already signed the lease. And everything. So he had sold it.
So he had no incentive.
No incentive to be nice, basically. Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
But yeah, my parents were a lot more riled up than I was, and they called because my landlord, who I had met when I was touring the house and signing the lease, his name was Larry, and I loved him. We call him Landlord Larry. And yes. And he's a super nice guy. He like took care of all. Actually, real quick, shout out Landlord Larry from Smart Digs, the best landlord I've ever had.
That's awesome.
He fixed everything, in a timely manner, but I remember we called him and we were like, yeah, this guy was an asshole to us. Like,
so you weren't staying with him anymore, but you called him. Is that right?
Well, they were just 2 different people that work for the same company. And
okay, I'm sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, the guy who gave me the key, his name was Brad.
And he works at the same place that
he worked at the
Larry
same place. Yeah.
Oh.
And so when we called Larry, he was like, "Oh man, like I'm sorry to hear that. He's actually my boss." Oh, we were like, "Yikes!" So we were complaining to this man about his boss, which I think he had to feel pretty good about.
About to say, it says a lot about Larry. If he's nailing it,
he is nailing it. He deserves a promotion.
We should get him on the show.
We should get him on the show. That'd be awesome.
He would have amazing stories. I can only imagine.
Gosh, we should have just done this episode with Larry.
We'll come back.
We'll come back. We'll do a circle back and we'll
interview the expert.
Yeah, we'll get the expert for you guys. So yeah, we can definitely get Larry on here, but we don't want Brad on here. And that kind of circles back to my point of
Unless that's your kitty, Brad.
yeah.
Brad.
Oh, Brad the cat would be fun to get on here once we get video podcast going. That would be fun. He's a little asshole, but no,
fun.
that's where I think like Brad in that situation, the landlord, he genuinely thought that like I was the one that was making his day bad. You know, like I was the source of the problem.
Yeah,
and like I was being the asshole, right? So like, would I have wanted to be rated badly for that? Absolutely not. You know.
But then, so like on Google, the like owner can respond, so you can kind of defend yourself, I guess. But it still doesn't take away the review necessarily. And you can report stuff, like you can dispute things, I guess. I don't know. Not that that's a great way. Again, we're not trying to. We're giving ideas.
I mean, I don't know about you. I'm trying to solve.
True. I know, man. But
we're all about solving through ideas, not action. That's what it is.
Yeah, right.
Let other people take the action.
They can spend the money and actually implement our ideas. So I don't know, man. I just think the tenants cause a lot of the issues, and then management just blanket responds to all tenants a certain way. We're like, all right, now these policies are in place for the 5 shitty tenants we've had.
Right.
The bad people ruin it for everybody with everything.
They do.
You know what I mean? But
kind of whole episode about that.
Larry would be fun. I bet we could get really good stories. And then, or like even like, I don't want to do this, but if my mom was on here, she'd have some really funny stories.
Yeah, that would be
about
fun.
all that stuff too.
That'd be awesome.
We'd have them both on there. They can just get on their own little thing. I don't know, man. Apartment, like the whole renting process right now, with especially how much it's gone up, has been a lot less than ideal, to put it lightly. Because like now I feel like you can't view apartments like you used to. You used to be able to go look at them, think about it, but if you don't, they'll be gone within the day. Yeah. So it's kind of like you gotta look at pictures and just fucking sign a lease.
Both of the apartment and the house I'm living in, I signed the lease the day of the tour. I just looked around and I was like, "It's good enough." Signed it.
I guess you got to do that, but I hate making rash decisions. I want to be able to.
I know, because it seems like you get to the tour, right, and like they show you around the place or whatever, and then you get to the end, they're walking out, and then it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like a dead space, you know? Right? It's like, okay, I'll get back to you later. Or it's like, you know, sometimes they'll ask, it's like, what do you think? And it's like, I don't know yet, you know. But I
wonder if you could like reserve it to where nobody else could sign the lease. But you didn't lease it yet. So like, obviously you can't do that for free, but if it would be like, I don't even know, well, $20 a day that you need to think about or something. I don't know.
You want to hear my solution to this? I think that there needs to be a day, right? Let's say, I don't know, just random day. I think my lease started in August. So we'll say like July 30th. It's got to be way before that. It's a day. And that day is just the day they decide who is living in that house, right? And so if you tour first, and then if you tour first, you get your first priority, right? Yeah. So then that way, everybody who tours can have a little time to think about it, and then, you know, put in their name, just be like, here we go, we want this. And then maybe a month later they say, oh. But then I guess you'd kind of be screwed without. If you didn't get it, then like, what do you have to like apply to multiple places?
The other angle I can see on that, because I would do this shit, if you're like searching for a place to live, I would just tour everywhere, because then I have first dibs on whatever one. It's kind of like, I have no idea if this is true, but like on Sopranos, this might spoil some things I guess I should start with, but it's a really old show, so it's kind of on you at this point. He and Tony, the main character, and Carmela are looking at getting a divorce, and Tony got advice from his lawyer to contact every divorce attorney in the whole city, because if they at least talk to you, they can't side with the other spouse. Like they can't take her on. So she could not get a single lawyer because he talked to all of them first. So I would go around, get tours of fucking every apartment, and then just think about it.
I can live wherever I want now.
And think, yes, because you got dibs. Then I feel like people would, I don't think this would be possible. You know how scalpers do anything. They'd be like, I'll sell you this first spot where you have first, like, it just didn't get ridiculous.
There would be a whole confusion. People would get left without housing.
Oh my God. I do like that idea though. There's got to be a better way to do that, man. I don't know. And like how people are buying houses now, so they're bidding over how much they cost, and they don't even get an inspection. That is mind blowing. What if you bought like a dud and you overpaid for it?
Yeah. That'd just be tragic.
Well, I wonder if something's catastrophically wrong, you can kind of go back on the agreement or something. Like, be like, I'm not buying this. This was hit. But like,
I don't know, man. You signed a contract. Right. Like,
Because I think they sign a thing that says they forego an inspection. And it's just like you're buying as is. I don't know.
Is it
Obviously,
like extra to like get an inspection?
Well, it's more days. So it's like you don't close on it yet because you're like, I want to wait till after they inspect and then you close, which like makes sense. You're buying a fucking house. Like,
yeah.
So
they shouldn't even offer it before the inspection. So,
dude, the market right now.
You shouldn't even be able to sign the lease before it's done.
Yep. I agree. The way people are going now, though, they're buying houses, they're bidding over what it's worth, and they don't get an inspection.
That's just asking to be screwed over.
I wholeheartedly agree. I would not feel comfortable with that.
No, and especially all the stuff we've been saying about our management companies who should have been doing these things before and then don't. If you don't get the inspection, what's stopping them?
That's what I'm saying, man. Because there could be big stuff you don't like. What if it has like foundational issues?
Yeah, exactly.
That's not cheap.
Yeah, like
I know, man. I don't know. I don't like where all of this is going. More money fixes everything. If we were rich, wouldn't even matter.
Wouldn't even matter. Just pay whatever and then fix the house if it's broken. But
that's our solution. We get rich.
We get rich. Okay, guys. If you want all your problems to go away, just get rich. All right. It's very easy.
It's like when you see the jokes where rich people tell poor people, just don't be poor.
Just don't be poor. Just stop buying so much.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I never thought of this. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I like our ideas, like with the app type stuff and rating things, but I think maybe if there was more, I bet you can guess what I'm about to say with this, even though I hate going this way. Maybe there's more regulation. Not right. I don't know. If there could be a private entity that went through and like checked apartments, and they were like, oh, okay. So what if there's like a rate my professor?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But for apartments, but they send somebody into the apartment in between tenants. And they check and they say, like, it wasn't actually this clean. But It's like a private thing, a private company, I guess. So, like, since we can't be like, less government. You know what I mean? We're still on that train. But and they would, like, rate it, and it's just a third-party thing. So it's kind of like Metacritic, or like IMDb ratings for movies. But it's like,
just a third party that just, it's like, this was shit.
They're professionals. Yeah, so they know what to look for, like what we don't know. It's like when you bring your buddy mechanic to buy a new car and they know to look at shit, you have no idea what you're talking about.
Because sometimes you'll buy an apartment or rent an apartment or whatever, and you won't notice something's wrong for like a week or two.
Because you know to check.
Something will be broken that you didn't realize was broken. You want to know what happened with our dryer? Our house has this problem with getting like just insanely hot. Sometimes
like all year round, or like
so what happens is if we turn the heat off, the living room and like all the main areas in the house get really, really fucking cold, but all our rooms feel amazing.
Okay.
And then when we turn the heat on, all our rooms are like saunas. Yeah. But it feels perfect everywhere else in the house. So it really sucks.
Circulation.
But we found out that part of the problem was that our dryer was like not venting air outside.
Oh, that's not good.
No.
That causes fire. I mean, you're lit.
Yeah, straight up the maintenance guy came and was like, "Oh yeah, your dryer just like doesn't have like a vent tube or whatever." And I was like, what the fuck? It doesn't?
No, it's a safety thing.
I was drying my clothes in that for like 6 months. And
my God.
Yeah, I can't.
Would it take forever to dry? Like, would you close it?
Yeah, multiple loads. And like it still does, but like it's better, And
you're just doing it like 5 times. You're like, fuck, one day it'll dry.
I was just doing really small loads of laundry.
That's smart, yeah.
But it was like, then I'd have to do like 4 loads of laundry,
fuck, dude, That's more money, because it's still running.
Yeah. And so it's those things where like the professional will be able to go in and just know to look at the washer and dryer.
Okay, so while we're saying all this, what if the solution is there's a private company and you just hire a fucking dude and he goes, so it's like an inspector, I guess, but he goes with you at the time of like viewing.
Yeah.
And then gives you his like expert opinion, like, I think it's overpriced for this or whatever.
Yeah, just like a little consulting service.
Dude,
yeah.
That would be great. You could even do nowadays, you just like FaceTime with them.
Yeah, straight up, just showing the house on.
Yeah, and they tell you what to look at. I don't feel like that'd be as good because my one thing.
It would definitely be a cheaper pricing option, I feel.
Yeah, 100%, as in like a real life person. The other issue I have with that and like viewing videos of apartments is you can't smell, and I think that can hide. But like, it's fun. I think that too. It is funny, but then like, what if there's like a mildewy smell? You're not gonna fucking know till you get
Some
there.
apartments just have like a really like moldy smell. Like, I don't know what it is, but they just are. Yeah,
so like, you can't tell by that. But if you're there, I'd hope you would smell. But what if he would smell something that he's like, oh, this is a sign that this is happening?
True. He's like, oh, there's a gas leak or something.
Or something crazy, that I wouldn't know about.
Smell alone, just like inherent smell wouldn't bother me too much because it's just like, buy a candle, you know? Like, that's a solution.
You got a stinky apartment? Buy a candle.
Buy a candle. They're like $4 at Walmart.
Or diffusers. Diffusers are the truth.
Diffusers are the shit, dude. I used to have a really cool, like, molten rock looking one, but it broke.
Oh.
I know. I miss it so much.
My problem with them is having to refill them so often. I want one that's like 2 fucking gallons.
Yeah.
But they're always like 200 milliliters. So it takes a whole lot of refilling.
It'll run for a couple hours, but yeah, if you want to have it on like constantly.
I want to fill it once a week. I'm lazy.
Once a week? Wow.
I'm a lazy motherfucker. I want it running constantly and fill it once a week.
See, the thing is, what if you want like, I didn't go this crazy with it. I only had like 2 or 3 oils at a time, if that. But like sometimes you're trying to switch up the smell, you know?
I think I go week by week.
See, my mom does it where she's like a essential oil mom, right? Like she
puts
burns
on your forehead.
She burns, yes, exactly.
Really?
Like literally. I'm sick and she'll come and rub like chamomile on my forehead. Like it's ridiculous. And she'll go and like she'll be working and she'll burn like peppermint oil because it's like good for her focus or whatever.
Okay,
like,
some of that, I believe in some of this. Like,
some of that, yeah. There are some that are kind of bullshit, but yeah. Like, there was one that she told me, she was like, yeah, like, smelling this in will, like it clears up your acne or whatever. I'm like, that's not true. I think if you, like, rub it on your acne, it might, but, like...
Like, as a cleaner, I guess.
As a cleaner, but I don't think, like, inhaling...
I think smells definitely enhance, like, your... Like, the aura of the room. You know what I mean? It sets, like, a mood. Like, it's just a bad smell. So if you walk in a bad smell, you're not going to be like, oh, I'm very happy. Like, this smells terrible. I can't be around here.
Yeah.
So different mood, like... Because in the essential oils, they have spots that say, like with spring or winter. So like it does moods, like cleaning moods. So it's supposed to help you like one. I think some of that does, because you associate that smell with cleaning products, and it maybe gets you there.
Definitely. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and there's other one. There's one that calms you, and there's one that relieves your stress, and there's one that gives you more energy, and just all that. There's just power ups.
So you're saying like, does she switch them often? And if you have a big old tank, you can't do that.
Yeah, basically, unless you want to buy a couple tanks. Oh, that would be a solution to the problem that we creating another solution. Super meta. Just have different canisters that you can just take one off, plug one on. That way, if you get tired of a smell, you can just pop it off.
But it's refillable. We don't need more
refillable. Yes, still refillable. But you can buy like 3, so you can always have 3 smells on retainer.
That's a good idea. You load it back in because it's like the Glade plugins.
I guess we're also being kind of dramatic. You can also just pour the water out and just put new water in. But
I'm lazy, bro. Can't do it. Can't do it. I don't know. We had good solutions though, man. I mean, I know we kind of
we had some, but definitely ones that might need a little work, but we had some good ones, I think.
Yeah, that was fun. A lot of stuff to talk about with leasing, rental places, and buying, like all that. Yep. We all have these issues too, because everybody has to live.
Everybody has to live.
You're living somewhere.
Yep, and that's the root of the problem. I think you have to live, and you have to live somewhere.
So that's the ultimate solution. Just quit living.
Just be homeless. Be homeless. Live in a tent. My uncle actually tried to build a house in the woods one time. You could just do that.
That sounds...
Just build your own house in the woods.
A lot of work.
Yeah, I don't think he ever finished.
I can imagine. Sounds like a lot. Thanks for listening. It's been another fun episode with Mason, getting all of our complaints out and trying to solve these issues.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Like we mentioned a little bit earlier, we're getting kind of official now. So if you need to contact us about anything, we have an official email. It's contact@criticalsolutionspodcast.com. This will be on our website, which we have our website now too. It has our podcast player, all that fun stuff. So now you can get a hold of us.
Yes, please tell us what you want us to bitch about. Tell us what's been annoying you in your daily life. None of us ever has a unique problem. We will relate to it somehow, you know.
Misery loves company.
We'll find some solutions for you, you know. We're your shoulder to lean on.
We will see you guys next time.
Peace out.